Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I am Roger Wakefield, and as you see, I'm in a completely different spot today. This is someplace y'all have never got to see me, but I'm actually sitting in my house. And I'm sitting here because I had to have a blue-collar worker come in today. I had to have an appliance repairman come in and fix my ice maker. So, a little bit different today, but those of y'all that are in here, and thank y'all for being here. We do this each and every day at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we do this because we figured out the more you learn about the trades, all the trades, the more you learn, the more you earn. And you have the opportunity to move up, to do great things. And man, we realized that a long time ago when we started learning and growing. And it's not just the things you learn about your trade, it's the things that you learn outside, like management, leadership, communication, personalities, all kinds of different things. So we decided that we would get together and we would talk about this each and every day. And I say we because I do not do this alone.
That's it, man. I hope everybody's having a great Tequila Tuesday so far.
Oh, and I'm at home. I could drink tequila, you know?
Don't hit the tequila yet. Wait till work's over if you're at work.
I'm going to keep working on my iced tea.
If you're working from home, I guess the choice is yours.
You know? You don't have to drive far then.
That's it. Everybody, I'm Henry Wakefield, aka Squirt, as you can see down on the screen if you're watching. 20-year pipe fitter by trade. I grew up in a family full of plumbers, though, and now I get to build tools for plumbers. One of the coolest things I've ever been able to say, but I do. And we'd like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where I get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And guys, when I say the system, I'm talking about the complete kit. Comes with both pieces of equipment I build. It's got that probe for outdoor, that meter to the home service, irrigation lines, anything like that out in the yard. If there's concrete or asphalt above it, you're going to want the sidekick that comes. The complete kit covers you everywhere, but that sidekick, if there's concrete, it eliminates that layer so you can pinpoint the leak. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro, or give me a call at 8888 LeakPro, because I also offer.
Yes, he does. And guys, here's the deal. We do this because of something I started doing 7.5 years ago. I discovered YouTube. I figured out that I could take YouTube, I can make videos, I could teach people how to fix their own plumbing. And we were able to grow and scale a business. And we did that just by making videos, teaching people how to fix their own plumbing. And like I said, we started that 7.5 years ago. Now, anybody in here, anybody watching, can go to YouTube and search the word plumbing, and they find me. Now, it wasn't hard to do, but it's taken a long time to learn all the different things to make it grow the way I wanted it to grow. So if YouTube is something that you think you could do to grow your business, to do things like that, go to YouTube, search plumbing, check it out, and see what you find. And then if you'd like to do that for you, I made a free webinar to help you out. Go to justmattroger.com and check it out. And if you've got a residential service company that you would like to grow, that you would like to do things with, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It's a business operating system with coaches, consulting, training, mentors, accountability partners, people like that. If you want to learn more about that, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. And we're going to start out with the national news. And, you know, I got to tell you, I made big mistakes, and I don't even know which thumbnail we used today. But we did yesterday's show, or we're doing yesterday's show today, because yesterday we did today's show. So if the notes at the bottom don't line up, blame it on me yesterday, but it is what it is.
There was no ticker yesterday.
Oh, see?
Because of a little mishap in copy and pasting.
And see, I will take all the blame for that because my copying and pasting was a day off. So I will take all blame.
That's just part of coming back from a holiday week.
You know, it is. But you know what? The good thing is, look, when people tell me, oh, my God, Roger, you make amazing videos. It's like, guys, I don't make those. I just stand in front of the camera and talk. I have an amazing team of people around me. So we're going to talk about robotics today. We're starting out the week with some big industry news. And honestly, this one's going to ripple through every trade. Whether you're a plumber, HVAC tech, electrician, welder, or maybe a general contractor trying to staff up for 2026. Gravis Robotics just closed a $23 million funding round. And if you hadn't heard of them yet, you will, because they're building AI-powered job site machines that don't replace tradespeople. They replace the labor that you can't hire. They're targeting the grunt work, the endless hauling, the repetitive material movement, the layout marking that eats half a day, and the task apprentices would normally do. If you could find apprentices, these machines are built to follow commands, follow paths, and perform repeatable functions with accuracy that does not get tired.
I got good news.
Yep.
They don't talk back like an apprentice.
Oh, they'll learn to.
At some point, but right now
they're going to learn to say, what the what? You know they are.
Oh, yes.
And here's the thing. Investors didn't just drop $23 million on a trend. They dropped it on a structural long-term reality. Labor shortages aren't going to ease up. They're tightening up. Crews are stretched thin. General contractors can't staff up fast enough. And the early buyers of robotics aren't tech startups. They're mechanical contractors, electrical shops, large commercial GCs that need consistent productivity. Guys, this stuff is serious, and it works. And it's not about just replacing people. That's what everybody's got to understand, Squirt.
Yeah, it's trying to fill that gap, guys. We have a huge hole, and guess what? There's not enough people jumping in to fill these gaps. We're going to have something to help, or it's going to cost us all a whole lot more out of pocket. So it's to fill that. And like it said, that repetitive movement. Like I sat out here one day after they hauled some stuff off and everything, and all I had to do is move bricks constantly for 2 hours, carry bricks from one spot to another. That is super apprentice work is what I look at that as. That's a labor task. Move that to here. A robot could have handled that so easy. Saved me a lot of time, effort, energy. And that's what they're doing. They're doing it so that you can do other things while that's going. But if you're forward thinking, this is the moment to start asking, who's going to run these robots?
And that's going to be a whole new career, Randy.
You ready for the real one?
Let me hear it.
The maintenance of those robots. What happens when something breaks on the robot? Guess what? You're going to have a tradesperson come out and make that repair.
Maybe they need to build them as agenic robots. That way they can fix themselves.
Well, I was just thinking, they're probably going to build a repair robot. Ooh, yeah. But who's going to integrate them into your, okay? Us as people are going to have to do that. Get the robots, get them going, get them programmed to what we do in worlds. Set up different for the different jobs. Because the opportunities in this, guys, in the next decade, it's not going to be, do you know the trade? It's going to be, can you run the technology and the robots that the actual trades do? Okay. And this is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on whenever they actually launch the product, because it's coming, guys. They're not stalling on this. They want to proceed forward as quick as they can on this. When we talk about the robots and stuff already that are doing layouts and printing drawings on the job for you on the floor. So it's coming. They're making some cool things. I'm ready for the Robo Plumber. We'll see how that goes.
All right. Good deal. So we're going to roll. Oops. Well, I messed up. Okay.
To the bottom line.
I know. I clicked on another tab and moved something over, and this one went completely away. But I'm pulling it up right now. I've just got to get down to there. Maybe. There we go. Yes, the bottom line.
Yeah.
The dangerous dip when companies add too many technicians too fast. Have you ever seen this, Randy?
I have seen it.
What's bad about it?
It falls apart quick.
Yeah, because there's no systems and processes being done anymore.
Nobody knows what's still going. It is run by the seat of your pants and try to put out all the fires. That's all you're doing. There's no organization, and it sucks for everybody and all parties involved. But guys, the company shouldn't have to lose money. You've got to see the red flags. Okay. A lot of owners get confident when the phones are ringing off the hook. Backlogs stretching out for weeks, months. Ooh, we need bodies. Let's hire 6 techs. You know what? Let's hire 10. On paper, that sounds like growth, man. Look, we just added 10 techs. But reality, guys, it's one of the fastest ways to sink your profit. If you hire on those 10X, guess what? You got to stop. You've got to send those 10 through the hiring process, get them all onboarded, get everything done, get things kitted out and ready. But your senior techs, they stop producing revenue because they've got to stop and teach all those new ones everything that's going on so that they can start running by the seat of their pants. But they become babysitters. They have to ride alongs, putting out fires all the time, fixing mistakes, coaching. Were all those new guys perfect? I doubt it. You're going to have to go rework some of those installs.
Okay, so Randy, right there, hold on.
Yep.
When you hire 10 new people,
yep,
how many people are going to make it?
If you're lucky, 2 to 3.
And that's make it how long?
Oh, I'd say a month, if that. Some of them are going to burn out in the first week or two, just because there's no structure, there's no organization, because you hired all these people really quick. So guess what? They burn out quicker. Why? Because it's not a business, is it? I mean, yeah, there's work that they're just throwing us at. Well, that is not how I want to live my life.
Yeah.
Okay. Your senior techs, they're going to be answering questions all day because all these 10 new guys that we just hired, guess what? They all have a question on how we do things, and there was no system. Meanwhile, your payroll, it's burning constant. Vans, they're running, they're burning fuel. Callbacks are multiplying. Customers feel the drop in the quality. That backlog you had, yeah, it's still the same. It didn't get any shorter or quicker because you're burning through the jobs. No, because you got all these callbacks. You didn't get to put them through the right hire-on process to find out if you have a qualified person. Okay. And this is some reason that companies, they grow slow, but they can often outperform the companies that grow fast. They get to take the time in that hiring. Okay. A new tech, they don't hit full stride for 3 to 6 months, sometimes longer. When they don't have structured training, clear expectations, or a mentor assigned to them, that ramp up feels like 6 months of swimming through wet drywall.
Yeah.
No fun. I've dealt with wet drywall a lot.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No, but that's why smarter companies, they grow in controlled waves. 1 or 2 techs at a time, each with a mentor, each with some guys, each with a clear path to the productivity. When you explain this to customers, it builds that trust. When you explain this to your team, it builds culture, guys. The key is understanding that growth isn't how many vans you have in the lot. Growth is how many techs can consistently produce quality work with low callbacks and high satisfaction. Because we want repeat customers. Okay. So if you want to protect your margins this year, guys, and next year, don't hire fast, hire intentionally. Make sure you're getting the right person for the job, because that's the only type of people that you really want at your company. You only got one name. Don't let one bad egg ruin that, because it can happen. So don't rush.
And Randy, the thing is, and look, we've both been superintendents on some pretty good sized jobs. When you have to bring on a ton of people, it's hard on everybody. It's hard on your current people. It's hard on the new people coming in. It's hard on the general contractors that you're working for. And man, there's a lot to it. That's why ramping up slowly is such a good way to do it, because literally it makes it easier, because now you can mentor your people, you can work with them slowly, and then you get more people that understand what's going on, and it helps a lot. I'm going to jump into the comments real quick. Brother Stanley Orchard says, good morning, gentlemen. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Stanley, we did, brother. Hope you did too. And Millionaires Club Pod. Man, I want to be in your club. I'm just saying.
Hello.
I know. Hello. Welcome to the show. All right. We're going to jump over into safety. And this is a good one because poorly labeled chemical carts causing mix-ups on indoor jobs. Now, every indoor job has one, especially remodels, hospitals, commercial, technical, school, renovations, anywhere you've got cleaning, curing, disinfecting, adhesive solvents, foams, paints, paint removers, glue and primer. 9 out of 10 times those carts look like a yard sale.
Yep.
Bottles with faded labels, bottles with handwritten tape labels, bottles with no labels at all. And that can be scary because mix-ups can happen really fast, especially when multiple crews share the carts. Maybe a tech grabs what he thinks is a neutral cleaner, but it's a really high pH solvent. 2 products mix on a floor or surface. Suddenly you got fumes that burn your eyes. You've got adhesives that off gas in a closed mechanical room. You've got IAQ issues, indoor air quality, in a school hallway full of students. Then OSHA gets involved. The general contractor gets involved. The property owner gets involved. Fines start going out like a blackjack dealer just throwing cards out. It's that quick. Randy, how bad can it get?
Man, this is why labeling matters, guys, because like mineral spirits is the first one that I ever heard of for this example. You know, painters deal with it all the time. Well, guess what? They'll pour it in a water bottle and they set that down. Well, what if you just happen to have your water bottle and you were walking down the same hallway and happen to set it down somewhere in the area and you accidentally pick theirs up? Labeling can be huge, guys. And this isn't just because OSHA says so. Like I said, that one bottle, mineral spirits, wrong person drinks that, that is a bad day, direct to the hospital, and no telling what's going to happen. You're going to have to read your data sheet to find out.
Better do that.
You better. But one unlabeled bottle on a cart can create a chain reaction. It injures somebody or it shuts down that job. It's a real simple fix, though. There's color-coded systems out there, pre-printed labels, 1 product per bottle. Don't mix chemicals in container. Have it all separate. Have some of those rules and somebody assigned to inspect carts daily, not weekly, daily. Make sure that they are doing it all the time. That's how we make sure we create that habit. If a bottle's labeled, it doesn't get used. Period. It's trash. I don't care what's in it. Don't care it was $2,000 for that itty bitty 4 ounces. Trash. It's gone. You didn't have a label. This is to protect people from the hazards that are hiding right there in plain sight that you don't even know. We do it here as something I've talked about here, like where I was putting some threading oil in a each tea water bottle thing. And it's like, look, everybody knows, hey, I'm writing all this. This is very clear. I said, now, luckily, I keep this with the tools, so nobody's actually going to pick this up. But it's dark. It could be confused with the same, but you've got to make sure that it's clearly labeled. It stands out so that nobody touches it. And it is. That's what you have to do. But it's better if you have an actual put on it. And they make labels that you can fill out and put on it so that you know exactly what's in it, what to worry about. It's like that. Do it. It's worth that few extra moments to save. Don't know who's going to grab it. That car.
We'll jump in the comments real quick. My friend Tracy Phillips says, Stanley Orchard, we've created them for other industries and they work great. Can't imagine why it wouldn't work for home services. And then Millionaires Club Pod says, Roger, I've been watching you for 2 years now. In that time, I've been building a marketing agency focused on helping plumbers get more jobs. What's your honest opinion on that direction? I think that the trades need marketing companies that will be honest with them and do what they tell them they'll do. I've even looked at building my own marketing company just because I know what marketing companies are doing and I hate the way they do it. Helping Handyman says, good morning, fellas. How are you doing?
Morning.
Stanley says, Tracy Phillips, I've done exactly this for a couple of different companies, and I'm a firm believer in getting in front of the consumer where they need it. Sometimes they need written instructions and pictures, but so many prefer a video walkthrough. It's easy content and ultra valuable for the viewer. Yes, it is. Handyman and Helping Handyman also says, Millionaire Club, no disrespect, but LOL. If I had a quarter every time I heard that intro. Yeah. Even a dime, and you'd still be a millionaire. But, hopefully somebody's out there trying to do it right, and that's what we need. All right, new construction. And we're going to shift gears into new construction because this one's gaining momentum fast. Hybrid steel wood structural systems. Now, these buildings are using steel cores and columns paired with engineered wood. The CLT, the glue lambs, mass timber, stuff like that for floors and structural panels. And what this does to workflow is freaking massive. First of all, the connection tolerance is tightened. You're no longer penetrating a standard concrete deck. You're penetrating wood engineered wood with specific fire, acoustic, and moisture requirements. And that changes everything. The pipe routing, the duct layout, conduit paths, fire stop selections, even how you drill it. And then secondly, the prefab goes through the roof. Okay. Components arrived pre-cut with penetrations pre-planned, which means the plumbers, the electricians, the HVAC techs, everybody must be involved early in the design. And Randy, we talk about BIM and VR and stuff like that all the time. Man, going through with this, because you don't have a lot of room for error.
Oh, you can't show up and do a field fix.
Yeah.
Okay. When there's a 40-foot CLT panel that's already installed, it's not happening.
Yeah, don't change it.
You have to be on that front end. You have to be in the planning. And this is something we're actually going to get into tomorrow a lot, is plan the work so that the job goes smooth. Because you can't come do that rework. Nope. That needed to happen way back here. Now what are we going to have to do to actually make changes happen? It's not going to be good. That messes your job up. But third here is the mechanical room changes. Okay. Timber reacts to moisture differently than concrete or steel. Condensate design matters more. Insulation choices, they're going to matter more. Vibration, it's going to matter more. Imagine that. But this is one of those trends where the contractors who invest early, that learn the fasteners, the detailing, the penetrations, coordination, they're going to get on that preferred bidder list for the next decade hybrid project. You're going to be the go-to person, and that's awesome. What you want to be. But mass timber, it's not going to be a fad, guys. It's becoming a design language. It affects every trade touches. I was looking at some of them the other day. It's like 10 times lighter and 10 times stronger than steel. It's like, holy cow, 10 times lighter and 10 times stronger. I'm a pipe fitter. I love metal. I love steel. But it's lighter and stronger. Ooh, that sounds on my back. So definitely something to think about.
I love it. I think it's a great thing to do. Jumping in the comments, Helping Handyman says integrity matters these days. Unfortunately, integrity should have always mattered, but with a lot of people, it doesn't. And then Tracy Phillips says, what about a video library of FAQs? Send them there first. The ones that I like are the bots that can actually look at my entire site, every course I've made, every book I've written, everything I've ever done, and go in and they can literally just talk to my bot. It gives them straight stuff. But it's a great idea. Helping Handyman is heading out for the day. Just as I predicted, the rush is here, and I'm all for it at this point. Let's go. Good for you, brother. And Stanley says, Tracy Phillips, love this concept. I think the more we can do to automate things and make it easier for people is amazing. That's why we're building a lot of things we're building right now. It's good stuff. All right, mindset growth. Randy, this is something that every professional needs to hear.
Yes.
Because most of us, and I talk about this all the time, most professionals, once we get that license in our pocket, we stop learning. But the best people in the trades don't start with the first step. They start with the final outcome. Work backwards. Learn to work backwards. That is a superpower. And I call it a pull plan. Figure out where you need to end up and what has to be done right before that, and then right before that, and right before that. And you can take it all the way back. But it forces clarity, it forces planning, and it forces you to see the dependencies before they become emergencies. Let's say you need an inspection on Friday. Doing a pull plan or working backwards means you know when the rough end must be done, when the testing must be done, when photos need to be taken, when the fire stop's got to be done, when your material must be on site. Now, service techs can do this too. Start with the end result, a thrilled customer, a documented job, verified performance, no callbacks. Now work that backwards. What communication do you need? What test needs to be run? What needs to happen every single step? What photos should be taken? What tools need to be on the truck to make sure that all can happen? And then what diagnostics needs to be done first?
And I love this process for building SOPs also, guys.
You bet.
This is the final. What's that last step? What's the next step before that? What's the step before that? That gets you all the way back to step one, where the employee needs to start, get to the finish. This is how you replace that chaos actual role. Okay. Apprentices that learn this, they become journeymen faster. Journeymen who learn this become foremen, and foremen who master this become project leaders, EM superintendent, whichever one you strive to be. It's opens those doors big time. Owners who practice it build companies that actually scale. So busy people react. Effective people actually anticipate what's coming. And that's what matters here. If you start at the end and work your way backwards, you know every step that's coming in that process. You worked it from that final outcome all the way back, figure out what step one is to get it really started. So definitely a good one. Handyman Gold, yes, sir. Definitely so. We'll move on in here. We would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And whenever I say the system, guys, I'm talking about the complete kit. You can check that out at our website, leak.pro. It comes with the probe for that outdoor, prefer that for the meter to the home, irrigation lines, things like that, and the sidekick, pistol grip style with that aluminum to listen through concrete, asphalt. But don't just get the equipment. Get trained. If you don't know how to do leak detection, come spend 2 days with me. We built a training center here just outside of Dallas, Texas. We'll go through. I'll teach you line locating, pinpoint leak detection under that slab, outside of the slab. I even have a couple sewer systems set up, one cast iron and one plastic, where we'll teach you to go to the clean out outside of a home and figure out exactly where a sewer system's. Guys, the slab you start out with, it's 130,000 square inches. You're going to tell me one. By the end of the 2 days, you'll be within 12 inches every time. If you're ready to add leak detection and bring it in-house, give me a call at 8888 Leak Pro or visit the website leak.pro and check it out. Book me for a Zoom call there.
And we did this because of what I started doing 7.5 years ago. Guys, I started doing YouTube. And I started doing YouTube to grow a company because I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. 99% of marketing companies don't do everything they tell you they're going to do. And I got tired of it. I tell people that it was literally like I spent $47,000 to make my phone stop ringing. So I don't like most marketing companies, to be 100% honest. They will rip you off, 99% of them. And I knew that I was dealing with one that didn't know what they were talking about because I went to them and said, look, I want to start doing social media. And they sent me a message one day and said, you know what? Tomorrow's National Pizza Day. You need to make a post. And I thought, what does National Pizza Day have to do with plumbing? Other than where it comes out after they eat it. And I'm like, that's not really the way I want to be found for it. But, I decided that I was going to learn social media. And I went to a conference to learn Facebook because at the age of 54, that's what Facebook is. It is social media. And I discovered this new thing called YouTube. And I started asking myself, why aren't we doing YouTube? And anybody watching right now can literally go to YouTube, search the word plumbing, and as Matthew McDonough calls it, the beautiful mustache of wisdom or wonderful mustache of wisdom. And guys, look, I've been doing this for 7.5 years, and you can literally go find me just by searching plumbing. What word is it you wish people could search and find you? Because now we teach people how to do that. If you're interested in learning how to start your YouTube channel, how to grow it, how to do things like that, it starts with a free webinar. Because you don't have to have a lot of fancy equipment. You don't have to have a lot of followers. You don't have to be getting a lot of views. But you need to start doing some things right. And if you want to find out more about that, go check out justmattroger.com. And if you've got a residential service company that you would like to grow, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It is a business operating system that will help you grow the company that you're trying to grow the way you want to grow it. And if that's something you're interested in, you'll get coaching, consulting, mentors, accountability groups. Go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, we're going to roll right into all trades. And Randy, rigging handoff rules, preventing the job site mystery hook problem. One of the fastest ways to ruin a day on a commercial project is a bad lift. And I mean, it can literally shut down a job.
And then what you always hear, oh, mystery rigging. We don't know where that strap came from.
Mm-hmm.
When one trade rigs a load, another trade moves it, and nobody knows who touched what.
Yep.
You heard that? I've seen it on.
I've seen it. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've been stuck on that. Hey, could you catch that real quick? Sure. What do you mean? Where are your people? Like, that is not on my task or my list to do today.
Uh-huh.
But that's how you drop $40,000 air handler.
Yeah.
Not on my job. Don't worry.
I've never seen that happen.
It's happened.
Yeah. Oh, I've just never seen it happen. And the reason being is I'm not risking a $40,000 air handler unit because I didn't spend $1,000 on the right straps.
I was going to say we always bought brand new straps for every air handler unit. We said it didn't matter. I don't care how good those straps are. Didn't know.
Yeah, put new ones in the bit. We're good.
That's it. We are carrying new straps. I don't care how many units you got. Okay, I need 2 sets of straps then, because that exceeds the amount I want to deal with. But it's how you can bend a pipe rack, ruin prefab electrical panel before it ever touches the pad. You can drop anything and it's destroyed from a crane, depending on what your job you're on.
Oh yeah.
Even just moving around in a fab shop, bad rigging can destroy the day. A solid rigging handoff rule is simple. Whoever rigs it stays with it. If you rig it and you fly it, you catch it and receive it too. Or it's the same crew, the same company.
Right.
Where we would have.
I'm up on the 10th floor. You rig it and fly it up. I'll unrig it and get the straps back down.
Happen to me all the time because the truck pulls up down there. I'm on the 11th floor, baby. Fly it to me. I'll handle it.
Right off the truck.
But only the rigging team loads, inspects, and signals. No assumptions. No, I guess this sling's good. No, we thought that the last guy tied it off. Guys, it doesn't take long to inspect a strap. It really doesn't. Just run through it, check for nicks and frays, and look for red threads. Unless it's a red strap, and then good luck to you. But daily 5-minute lift huddles, make it easy, guys. What's flying today? Who rigged it? What special requirements are there? Is there any? This saves time. It prevents finger pointing, and it keeps expensive equipment off the ground and out of the repair bay. We don't want to drop any, guys. When trades respect your rigging, as a shared safety discipline instead of a free for all, everybody wins.
Yeah.
And if it gets real bad, steel chokers, baby. Oh, love those. Those are quicker and easier to inspect if you really want to do it. But it depends on what
all
you're
you got
picking
to
up.
do is slide your hand down them. If you get cracked,
That's
throw them away.
it. It's trash.
If there's a wire pierced in your hand, you know, hey, this is not good anymore.
That's right.
It is. All right. Tracy Phillips says yes, automation. That's how you can grow and scale. Helping Handyman says gold. Hey, we're full of it. Take that however you want. Manny 610 says, good morning, Roger. I had a quick question for you. Have you ever heard of a union residential apprenticeship program? Actually, I have. I'm going to ask you what state you're in, and I'm going to write down what state I think you're in, because I may have helped you get that.
I was going to say, I think Dad only originally heard about it in theory, but I think they're actually making it a reality.
Well, and
yeah,
I
pretty
think that's
close.
possible. Yeah, I think that's possible. So I wrote my answer down here. Tell me what state you're in. And Manny 610 says that is something that is offered in my state, and I was just curious what it entails and if you've ever heard of it. Like I said, I may have helped introduce that. And he said he's in Washington State.
Washington.
Yes, I helped put that up there. Look, I love the union up there. And there was a guy with PHCC that is actually on the national team now. And he's the president of Washington State PHCC, Todd Allred. And they came down to the Texas State Board. Remember when I set up Washington and the board? Washington brought their people down and literally toured the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners. And I've talked to Todd because, look, I love helping plumbers all around the United States, all around the world, to be honest. And it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing. If you want to do residential, you're going to get a great education. Look, I think the union has an amazing education. I think they have great benefits. And look, I think the Washington State Union is doing things really, really well. So, yeah, I think it's great. Matt McDonald says, Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing and Viking Leak Whisperer. What's up, brothers? Happy Tequila Tuesday. Go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Jackpot. Yeah. Jackpot. I'm just saying. All right. Speaking of licenses and unions and stuff like that, let's jump into laws and licenses. Cities requiring permit photos for MEP rough-in approval. Now, it's a shift that's sneaking up on a lot of people, but this is permit photos. Cities want photographic proof of the MEP rough-in, the supply, the drains, the vents, the fire stop supports, duct routing, conduit placement, before and after inspection. Why? Me and Randy talk about this all the freaking time. Documentation.
That's it.
And documentation leads to liability, future remodels, code compliance, all kinds of things. Can you imagine if we had taken pictures of every house we've ever built, every job we've ever roughed in, for every inspection that was ever done? Randy, if we went to look at a remodel on a house these days, we could pull up the old inspection and say, oh, no, there's not a line here. It's over here. We're going to have to do this different without ever tearing into the wall.
That's it.
I love it.
And for side note, just because you said what you just did, is if anybody ever comes and works on your home and they film video, have them send that to you for your library.
Yes.
So that you can see inside of your walls that they work. If they're working, hop in and take some photos. Put them on the drive. You may want to access them one day. It will be a great thing to have. But you're going to have to set your techs up with a system here. Not random phone pics, not blurry shots in the dark, an actual process. They're going to have to actually look at it. They're going to have to check.
Randy, this is good because I used to tell my guys, anytime that we were going to a house, we always took pictures of the boilerplate on the water heater.
Yep. Always.
Okay? Because that way we could tell them 3 years later, hey, you understand your water heater's expiring this year. Your warranty is expiring this year. I just wanted to let you know. and you do that. And I used to tell them, when you take a picture, you make sure you can read every letter and number on there.
I learned that walking jobs as an estimator because I took some pictures of a lot of tags, but there was one I didn't catch the full serial number. The last few digits were blurred.
And you got to go back.
Luckily, I called somebody else that walked the job and they had a good picture. I lucked out. But you can't always do that. Luckily, I knew somebody at the other company that was estimating the job that was on the walk. So it turned out to not be a big deal for me, luckily. But also, you've got to tell them, look, we want 3 angles. I need that wide shot. I want a medium shot, and I need that close shot. And open the photos while you're still there.
And make sure they all
make sure that you can read and see everything you need to.
Yep.
Make sure it's time stamped. Make sure it's stored in the right job folder. As tradespeople, guys, this is one of our bad things. We don't know how to organize file folders. Figure it out. It is very important, and make sure you drop it in the right address if that's how you're tracking, whatever the case is, or the client. You're tracking by names. It's your choice. Clear labeling. North wall water. Level 2 corridor ductwork. This is the panel board for the feeder run. Clearly labeled. So you know later, 5 years from now, exactly where you were when you were taking that picture and what it's of, where it was in that or job, whatever the case is. But if you build this into your workflow, inspections go faster, disputes disappear. Completely.
Yep.
You just pull up the pics here. When a GC or inspector asks, was this installed per plan? Here you go. Here's pictures of it. Okay. You've got receipts. You've got proof. You've got the inspection report. You've got it all. It's all documented, and you can just access the file and go, here you go. Done. Easy button, guys. I love easy button. But this is one of those small habits. It instantly makes you look like the most professional contractor on the site by far. And documentation.
I'm going to take this a step further. And this is something that I always wanted to build a system for. And really, after I got rid of the company, I had a better mindset for it, better process for it. I truthfully think that every plumber, every HVAC tech, every electrician that walks into the house should take pictures using every single, or pictures of every single, say you're a plumber, take picture of the water heater, take pictures of their tub and shower valves, take pictures of their lavatory faucets, their toilets, document, make notes. What room is that in? That way, when they call and you've taken the pictures, and I like this, take it from a distance, take it up close, and then get really tight. If they call you and say, hey, we've got a leak in our, or we've got a toilet running in our master bathroom, you can literally pull it up, look at the documentation, and say, yeah, you have an American Standard Champion toilet there. And they're like, how do you know? It's like, well, we've been to your house before. We actually have the parts. I can get somebody over there, and we can get that fixed right now.
Just like it's down in the comments, every fixture picture.
Absolutely.
I've got a picture of every fixture in your home. I know exactly what's there. You're the home that I maintain. Of course I know.
Larry Elmenstein says, good morning, legend. I think he meant legend and Roger Wakefield. Thank you, Larry. He says, we use Company Cam for that. What software are you using? We kept it in our invoice and estimate software. That way we always knew right where to go back to and do it. Brother Eduardo Molina in the house. Good to see you, sir. Every fixture picture. I love that. Yeah, you've got a Toto. And not just a Toto, you've got a Toto with the Toto bidet toilet seat wash lead on it. And we understand why it's not working. So, yeah, we can get out there and get that taken care of. Manny says the applicant list for the union residential program has 4 to 5 times less applicants than the commercial one. Resi has around 41 applicants. Commercial has close to 200 on the list. The reason being, Manny, is that the residential scale's a little lower and everybody's in it for the money. And I hate that. Get in it for what you love the most and you'll make as much money as you want to make. I don't care where you get in. You can get in I know residential plumbers that make $250,000 to $350,000 a year. I know commercial plumbers that do the same thing. So get in, do what you love, the money will follow. Larry Elmenstein says, yep. And I use Jobber, and I've used Jobber before. Matter of fact, Randy, are you still using Jobber?
Moved over to high level now.
Okay.
I've got it all built in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used Jobber for the first
it's a great product. We love it.
And they've added some things, make it even better, which is great. Yeah.
Larry Elmenstein says, I did both. I like residential better than commercial. Me too, because I got to deal with the customer. I got to be more of a problem solver instead of just coming in and doing what the blueprint tells me to do. So
I liked both personally.
I'm not saying I didn't like commercial.
Yep. That's it. Like I loved residential, like rough-ins and top-outs. I loved new build plumbing as far as residential goes. I did a lot of residential service. It's cool. It makes me feel good. I like to stay out of people's houses. They can stay to themselves. I loved commercial, working on, did all the plumbing on the WinStar casino expansion. Got to do some cool things. Got to do a water park.
All right, we got to get hurry. We're getting behind. All right. Business training, creating field standards manual that technicians will actually use. Every company has a way they want things done, but unless it's documented, it's not just a system, it's a rumor. A field standards manual fixes that. And this is another one that I wanted to do. I wanted to create a standard that if they went out to do a leak detection job, they turn to the leak detection job page and it says start at the meter. Then go to the backflow preventer. Then go to the isolation house, your yard service. Then go to the hot water heater, turn it off, isolate the hot and cold. It told them step by step, but there were also video where they could literally QR code it. It'd take them straight to a video that we made saying, this is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Until they knew it, just by looking at it, they knew exactly what to do. Randy, business training. Training employees is probably one of the most important things we should all be doing, but a lot of companies don't do.
They don't. And you've got to teach them, like, and I learned this. I was in the union 20 years. I finally learned what a spec book is when I became a superintendent. You don't learn that as an apprentice. As funny as that is, guys, guess what? They tell you exactly what pipe and which manufacturer to carry on your job, which ones are allowed and which ones aren't. Now, you can take from that little bit of selection they give you, but I never knew that growing up, as I'll call it.
Yeah.
Then I went into estimating and it's like, oh no, you have to do all these things. And it's like, whoa, why didn't we ever hear about this whenever I was actually an installer? You didn't need to know any of it. It's good to be aware of it. Okay. The material preference, labeling rules, communication habits, the checklist, the photo examples, it's all there.
Yep.
But you've got to learn how to do it. But when techs know that standard, they hit the standard. And that's what you really want to build, because trade pride, it's falling off. So we don't believe in the things that we build and repeat the same thing.
All right. We're rolling into vehicles. Hidden tire wear from heavily loaded vans and why weight placement matters. And guys, it's not just vans, because I'm going to tell you a story. I had a trailer that we were pulling and pipe racks on my truck loaded down with up to 8-inch stainless steel. We were going over to Mary Kay to replace some cast iron, and we're driving, and all of a sudden somebody jumps from the lane to the right in front of me and stops. I mean, almost slams on our brakes. Now, in the matter of an instant, I'm hitting the brakes. I'm looking at the mirror. I'm looking at my shoulder. I swerve into the left lane where I knew I barely had room, went right around them and swerved back over. And literally there's two guys in the front seat with me. And they looked at me and they're holding onto the dash and the oh shit handle. And they're like, what just happened? I said, well, nothing. They said, what do you mean nothing? I said, car in front of me hit the brakes. I just jumped over, hit the brakes. I hit the next lane, came right back around them. We're good. And they're like, I'm so glad we had everything strapped down. And my thought is, I'm so glad we did not have bad tires on the truck.
Glad we loaded it balanced.
You bet.
To be able to do that maneuver, because if it was loaded one way heavy, that Taylor's going to try to tip on you because of that quick jar.
But you've got to know how to map it out and make sure it's balanced like it should be.
That's right. You want the weight over your axles. You want things like this. And guys, the major, like if you've got a van, and I know most vans, you've got a door on this side, so most of your heavy stuff goes on that other side. Make sure you are rotating your tires more frequently than any other vehicle. You are a loaded down vehicle. It wears on the tires faster, especially on your heavy side. Try to load that van even if
social media spotlight. We are spotlighting Electrician U today. And look, Dustin's a friend of ours. He is one of the best educational electricians online. What makes his channel so good is the way he teaches. He breaks down theory into visuals that anybody can understand. He uses whiteboards, job site footage, real tools, not just staged videos. Whether you're a first-year apprentice or a 20-year journeyman, there's something that you can learn. And he shows you why mistakes happen, not just how to avoid them. He shows how to think, not just what to do. And that style of teaching is something that every trade can model, especially foremen and superintendents trying to train the next generation.
That's it, man. Dustin's been doing it a long time now. 2016, 882,000 subscribers, over 700 videos, for 121 million views. I think he's like the Roger Wakefield of electrical or something. Great dude. He's come out. He's been on the podcast, guys. If you have not checked out the podcast, he's on a couple of them on our channel throughout the Trade Talks Live. Definitely check it out. Videos here. We're going to go to the oldest and see how it all started, guys. Welcome to Electrician U. Types of electrical testers. Now, see, I haven't watched this. I need to, because there's so many different testers. I was watching a little electrical short this morning. It's like, oh, what are you going to do when we go up to this emergency? Da, 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 da. He's like, oh, well, I'm going to test it with this and this. So I know exactly what's going on. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what any of those do, but I know with that one, I can read some information. I know a little. Tools every apprentice needs. Some of the super basics, guys. If you want to get out on socials and get started, sometimes that's all it takes is the basic, simple things. Help the homeowners, help things like that. Most popular, wiring and installing switches. One of the videos that I look up every time I wire a switch, because I'm not an electrician, so I always look up a video and watch before I do it to make sure I'm keeping my stuff safe the best I can. This is why electricians don't hide J boxes in walls. Finding hack work. That's typically whenever I need an electrician, actually, because a lot of things I can watch a video and get the basics. But then whenever it's some weird stuff in places I ain't got no clue, I don't know how to track it or follow it. I like to have a real electrician come in and find those issues for me. So definitely some good stuff. Some of the latest stuff, what he's been doing lately. How breakers really work. And look, he's got it cut open, tore into it to actually show you what's happening inside, how it completes that current, where it sends it, what it does, everything going on. Truth about mastery, father to son. Ooh, what I wish my son knew. Go.
Well, that's a truth.
Good luck. Electrician quit trashing each other and build up the trade. Dustin, you know that's never going to happen. We're tradespeople. We love trashing on each other to try to make each other better. Like I do rag on guys all the time, especially apprenticeship. That's part of the apprenticeship program. You rag on each other, but it's to try to make them do a little better and make you so you keep outperforming. So I really do like that. So what we got over here on shorts, and we're just straight to popular guys. Electrician's hack. How to find out how much wire is in a spool. I watched this one because I thought this was actually very intriguing.
It was cool, wasn't it?
That because I've always thought that, like, man, if you use part of a wire off a spool, how do you know how much you got left? There's a way, guys. You can actually check it out. How to bend a box offset. Check out this Sharpie trick. Every electrician marking the box, the actual door and everything. So definitely some cool stuff out there, man. If you are interested in electrical, I'm sorry, but electrician, you would be a great spot to go and learn some things. Because guess what? I definitely need power. I love electronics. So I do appreciate all you electricians out there. Keep doing it.
It's great having them do what they do. You know, look, Randy said it. We talk about electricians every opportunity we get.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like Dustin, I think the world of him. Love what he's doing. He is making the trades great again.
Yep. That's it.
All right. We're going to roll into best practices real quick. Zero confusion onboarding, the secret to retaining great technicians. And this is a system that will absolutely change your business if you onboard people the right way. Most companies lose good people in the first 30 days. And Randy talked about that a while ago. It's not because of pay, not because of hours, but because the new tech, they're lost. They're confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to report to, which is tough. They don't know what good means. They don't know the standards. They don't know the expectations. They don't even know the processes. And sometimes it's because companies don't have them. Zero confusion onboarding helps eliminate that. Imagine this, a welcome packet. There's a clear training path, right along schedule, photo standards, communication scripts, weekly check-ins, maybe even a field manual. When a tech knows exactly what to do, they thrive. When they don't, they leave. Every person you hire wants to be good. They want to do good. They want to be put in a position where they can win. If you don't want to build anything like this from scratch, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. They have these frameworks ready to plug in, the SOPs, the checklist, the onboarding templates, the leadership guidance. It's all there. It is a business operating system. The companies that win in 2026 are not the ones that have the most vans. They're the ones with the best systems. They're the ones that have systems in place that take care of their people and help their people do their job better. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Now, Residential Service Professionals is a sponsor of this show. And man, we love having them around because look, getting in a best practice group changed my business. It changed my life. But then I started realizing they're just handcuffing you. They're making it where you can't leave. They wanted us to change our logos, our company name. They want us to change our colors. They want us to change everything because it's all names and logos and colors that they own. That way, once you do all that, 5 years later, when you're like, okay, I'm leaving now, they're like, okay, but you can't take the names and logos and colors and all that with you. You can't even take the price book with you. That's all ours. Residential Service Professionals isn't like that. So go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. And guys, we do everything we do because of what I started doing 7.5 years ago, learning YouTube. If you're interested in learning YouTube for you, your business, your profession, your industry, go check out justmattroger.com and get started on YouTube. And it all starts right there with a free webinar. Go check it out.
That's it. And everybody, we'd also like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you're a plumber out there ready to bring leak detection in-house, check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro, or give me a call at 8888 LeakPro. Let's talk about the equipment and the training that I offer so that we can teach you how to be pro to pinpoint in your area. So give us a call again, 8888 LeakPro.
Well, check out here. Larry Almstein says, I did both. I liked residential better than commercial. And he says more one-on-one. And I completely agree with that, especially since the union changed. You know, when I first got in the union, they had a 1-to-1 ratio. For every journeyman on the job, you could have one apprentice. You couldn't have 2 apprentices per journeyman. Nowadays, you can have 20 apprentices per journeyman They don't care. Matt McDonald says, I'm in it for the car's extended warranty. You always are, brother.
Got that coverage.
Yeah. Larry says, I like to interact with customers and troubleshoot. And I love that. Back to work, guys. Have a great day. You do the same. Manny says, thank you. I'm trying to get started in the trades, and we'll probably start off with the residential program. Then maybe after I finish that apprenticeship, possibly get into the commercial one. It's a good way to go. Yeah, I like that idea. Randy, what do you think?
Oh, I love it. It kind of sounds like my life, just not in the union both times. So, yeah.
Matt says, yeah, don't make me use the broom. He does great, like you guys. He does. I'll tell you what, Dustin does a lot of good stuff. Says, okay, gentlemen, I'm going to boogie. Got to go be a hero. LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education, making the trades great again for the benefit of the future. Love you both. Love you, brother. Be good, safe, and we will see you soon. Manny610 says, thank you both for your time today. Love your channel. Manny, thank you. If you hadn't done it, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and share this with somebody in the trades that you know needs it. Guys, remember, whatever you do out there today, do it safe and hit it effing hard.
F yeah, guys. Happy Tequila Tuesday. Hope to see y'all back in here tomorrow for a fun Whiskey Wednesday. Bye, guys.
See y'all.